Hello and welcome to the Mockingbird Show, a space where parenting meets purpose. I'm Dr. Vasavvi Acharjya, and today I've come with a very interesting topic, and that is how to understand your child's inherent potential and how to encourage them to go ahead in fields they would like to explore. So, why wait? Let's dive into this very interesting topic. Because here's the beautiful truth: every child comes into the world with some potential and gift, and when these are nurtured really well, they bloom into confidence, resilience, and self worth. So, I'll be having a few segments in this show, and the first segment is recognizing your child's internal interest. Now, when we are observing children, we can see that some of them get very engrossed with playing with blocks, and they keep building something or they're using Jenga. In those cases, we can understand that the child has an interest in design. They have an interest in building up something. So that can be an inherent interest that you recognize. Again, we see little children dress up in their mama's beautiful saris and dupattas, and they dance in front of the mirror. And those kind of children have inclination towards rhythm, dance, music. And similarly, we can also see certain students who are very observant. They would look at small ants moving about, and they are just connecting with things of the nature, and that can make us understand that the child is interested in nature and wants to connect with the environment. What are the ways in which we can observe them? We need to be observing them while they are play, because when children are playing, they are in their own world and they do things without getting conscious about it. So they reveal their likes and dislikes when they are playing. So that's a very good ground where you can look into their interest. Also, you can get to know from the books they choose, the TV shows that appeal them, and so forth. Now we come to the second segment: why supporting interest matters. Now, supporting interest matters because it enables a child to understand an identity. It helps them to create focus and discipline, and they feel that they're heard, they're loved, they're valued, and they also develop confidence in the activities, and they can go ahead in those eventually, and they find a joy in learning. Coming to segment 3, I'll give you some tips for parents to nurture interest, and one is say yes more often. When a child wants to explore something, they want to do something, always say yes to the to the idea, because they feel that they are being supported. They feel that the parents want to kind of back up what they want to do, and they feel more included in a way. Another way is to provide resources. Now, we talk a lot about STEAM activities, we talk about storytelling, art, craft, music, dance, role play. So the more exposure you give them, the more they feel that they have choices. And when they have choices, they can choose and they can display and they can actually get involved in what they really love to do. Expose them to variety is another point where we need to give them different opportunities to learn, like for example, introducing them to different musical instruments, introducing them to different ways in which they can make craft, art, and all of it. So the more variety they have, the more choices they have, and avoid building any pressure around things they love to do. So you need to stop pressurizing. You need to just be the person next to them, helping them move forward, and at the same time enable them to enjoy instead of pressurizing them to perform. Very importantly, we need to avoid pushing our own dreams. Many a times we try to live our lives, our dreams through our children's life, and that we need to stop doing and encourage them to do things that they want to do. We also need to celebrate their efforts and not only their success. This helps in building resilience. This helps in building a growth mindset when we support their efforts instead of just celebrating the success. So make this a very, very important point. Another thing is making time. Time is another word for love. The more time you can give them, they feel more loved, more cherished, more valued, and their self-worth and confidence develop. So parents always give more time to children. Another important thing that I would want to bring to notice here is children, as they grow, also start liking other things. So their interests kind of evolve. And here again, we need to be very, very supportive, because once their interest moves from one to the next, we have to allow them to explore. Like I said, the more they are exposed, the more they would know what they want to do. So we have to give them multiple of choices and the ability to make more choices and kind of evolve, instead of restricting them to certain activities that we thought that they love doing, and then we can see that now they're changing. So that's change is a process of life, and that's actually a way to explore more and get to know more, and then later choose what they really want to do. Remember, your child's interest is in their voice, their way of saying, "This is who I am." And when we as parents pause to hear that voice and respond with love, we give them a lifelong gift, the freedom to be themselves. Let your child's curiosity lead the way. Be present, be patient, and most of all, believe in their magic. So I come to the end of the Mockingbird Show, and this episode I think is going to really help you nurture your child's interests. And if you have not yet liked and subscribed to the channel, do so without fail. And again, I'm going to come back next week with another interesting topic. And before I wind up, I would like to remind you that your child is not your project. They are humans. Let them unfold in their own beautiful ways. See you next week. Bye-bye.